You're ready.
Ready? My name is Danielle Amico, and I'm going to be discussing the home buying process. Okay, so I'm just going to start out with a little intro. My husband and I came back from our honeymoon, and we started looking for a house the day we got back. We found a house. We made an offer. The seller accepted our offer, and within a couple days, everything fell through. And we were really devastated because we were so sold on this house. And I think a lot of it was just not knowing a lot about the home buying process. We weren't really sure what to expect. And then in Gallup's annual economy and personal finance survey, it says that 56% of Americans own a home and will continue to do so, while 25% of Americans do not own a home but plan on purchasing one. So this is something that is going to affect a lot of us at least sometime in our life. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a little overview of what we're going to go over. We're going to start off with the finances and budget, and then we're going to move into the actual buying process, and then that will lead us into the closing. Okay, so starting with the financial situation and budget, the first thing that you need to consider when buying a home is your credit score. So you want to have your credit as high as it possibly can be, because having a higher credit is going to lower your interest rate. The second thing to think about is your budget. So how do you know what kind of budget you have for your house? Well, I spoke with Daniel, and he's a mortgage broker from Discover Home Loans, and he told me about pre-qualification and pre-approval. So pre-qualification is where you give the mortgage company all of your financial information, and they tell you what kind of loan, like how much you'll qualify for, but it's only based on the information that you give them. Pre-approval, on the other hand, is where they actually run your credit and tell you exactly what you're going to qualify for, how much. So that's how you can figure out your home budget. And then the third thing to consider is the type of loan. So they have different types. There's a 30-year mortgage, a 15-year mortgage, an FHA loan. And this is all going to depend on your financial situation. So your best bet is to talk to your mortgage broker, and they'll tell you what the best fix is with your financial situation. Okay, so once you have that all straightened out, you're going to begin the actual buying process. You're going to start off with the house search. So you and your realtor can look online, and you can visit houses in person, find one that you like. Once you find something that you really like, you can place an offer. The seller can either accept, reject, or counteroffer, and this goes back and forth. Obviously, if it's rejected, you're going to move on to the next house. But if the offer is accepted, then one of your realtors, either yours or the seller's, is going to create the contract. So once that contract is created, they get both parties to sign, and then it moves into attorney review, which typically lasts for 3 days. This is where each party's attorney really hash out the details of the sale. And once attorney review is over, then you are officially under contract. Just one more thing about attorney review, you can back out of the sale at this point. Once you're under contract, you cannot. You're kind of locked in. Okay? So once you're under contract, you want to apply for a mortgage. And this is where you send all of your financial information to your mortgage broker. You're going to send your bank stubs, your income statements, everything like that, and they'll take a look at everything. While this is happening, you want to get an inspection on the house. So this is typically a clause that's included in your contract. This is where an inspector comes and makes sure there's not anything like crazily wrong with your house. And if there is some big item that's wrong, you can back out of the sale. So this is kind of like insurance for the home buyer. Okay, and at the same time, the title company is going to perform a title search. This is where they just make sure that there's no outstanding issues on the property or with like taxes or anything. And also you're going to have to lock your interest rate. So interest rates fluctuate daily, and you want to lock in when you see the trend of the interest rates, and you want to lock in when it's at its low point, obviously. Okay, so once you get that all squared away, you go into closing. And this is where the mortgage broker, they put together all of your documents, and this includes the HUD document, which is probably your most important document. It lays out all of the details about the sale of the house, and it also will tell you what kind of fees that you need to pay. So this includes your down payment, the origination fee, which is the fee that you pay for opening up the loan. There's an appraisal fee, so you're going to have an appraiser come out and assess the value of the house, and this is the fee that you'll pay for that. Your lock fee for locking the interest rate, the taxes for the first quarter, the title search fee for when the title company does their search, and also discount points. And discount points are it's like a fee that you pay for lowering your interest rate. Okay, and you're just going to bring a certified check to closing. You make it out to the title company. You don't have to worry about getting a separate check for your realtor, a separate check for your attorney. You just bring that one certified check to the title company, and then they distribute all of the fees. Okay, so in conclusion, my husband and I felt like we really lost out on a great house, but we ended up buying a great house afterwards, and there it is. And I really think that knowing about the home buying process helped us a lot going in it the second time around. We had our finances and budget squared away, but learning more about the buying process really helped us, and it helped us just to know what to expect. And this also helped us transition into closing. So as something that a lot of us are going to be doing throughout our lives, either many times or one time, I think it's really helpful to know about this process.